there, my friend, and thanks so much for tuning in for our first 2023 episode of What's Up Next on Access Hamilton. I'm your host and friendly neighborhood weatherman, Nor'easter Nick. I don't know about you, but I am so thrilled Access Hamilton is entering its third year of broadcasting, bringing quality content to you. It's been a great ride, and we've got some huge things in store for you that I'm absolutely sure that you'll love just as much as we will. New York City has the ball. Tokyo has drones. Hamilton, well, we've got a giant blueberry to usher in the new year. Our annual blueberry drop went off without a hitch this year and drew in hundreds of people from all over the area as the countdown commenced. What is the blueberry drop and how to come to be? Let's find out.
Hamilton likes to do things their own unique way. And so what better way to bring in the new year than to have a blueberry drop? Obviously, we're known as the blueberry capital of the world. For years, we've been wanting to do something that brings the community together to celebrate the beginning of a new year, and we created the New Year's Eve Blueberry Drop. The best part of this is like it starts around 10 o'clock. We hope that people will go throughout the downtown and dine before they come over, and when they do arrive, we have a band, and people can see the blueberry. This year they could see our newly designed blueberry, and it was attached to a crane. Thank you to US Crane. And we also have streamlining going on too, so they're broadcasting for the rest of the town to be able to watch what's going on. People just gather, they get party hats and favors, which is donated by a local citizen, and they can have, we have a few drinks and hot dogs, and the band's playing, and people are just anticipating the beginning of the new year, and as we get closer, it's very dramatic, the cranberry starts to drop, and then when it's midnight, blueberry comes down, beautifully lit with blueberries, and then all of a sudden the fireworks go off. And that's what we do. I started my job as Main Street Director 15 years ago, and the very first thing that one of the local residents said to me was, we're glad you're here and we want to do a first night. And I was like, oh no. I was very familiar with what first night was in Ocean City. And so I can honestly say that prior to me getting here, this community wanted to have a way to celebrate as a community the new year. So I think as the years went on, a couple of us went to different places for New Year's Eve, and we realized there was a way that we could do it with our own take. I just think this is a town that likes to celebrate. And I think that New Year's Eve, I think people want to be safe. I think people want to be together. And I think that we provide the convenience. Very grateful to the sponsors that allow us to offer this. Very grateful to the volunteers. Very grateful to the town for their investment in not only the broadcasting, but also the fireworks. It's a collective group of volunteers that want to, once again, do things in their own unique Hamilton way.
What's your favorite part of it all?
I think it's very dramatic when the blueberries coming down. There's always a little bit of anticipation when the new year is coming along. And because we do it in our own unique way, this huge, beautiful blueberry that was created this past year by a local artist. And you begin to see it dropping. The band is building the momentum, and the fact that when it actually drops, people are all excited, the horns are blowing, and people are very happy and joyous. And then these fireworks go off. And I have to say, the fireworks aren't just like a few fireworks. This was a lot of fireworks. So it's all very positive. And, I was especially touched the year that we had just gone through COVID and we came out. And actually, the weather really wasn't even that great. But people did come out. And there was just this anticipation that things could be better. So I think having that blueberry come down, having the fireworks go off, having the music in the background, and all these people come together, quite frankly, I think the whole thing is great. Absolutely. There's no going back. We are proud of our blueberry. I think there's been enough increase each year that this is definitely a town tradition. I can only see it, I don't know if it'll get bigger. Maybe there'll be a few things added, but I think the way we do it, we keep it relatively simple, but we focus on what's important, and that's bringing people together, giving them a reason to be in a positive setting with music, and welcoming the new year in kind of a unique and fun way. You want to see the blueberry. I mean, how many times can you say that you saw a blueberry drop? And I just think that the fact that we have a really nice downtown. There's no reason, I know for myself, I'm part of the organization, I'm one of the organizers, but I go to dinner in the beginning of the night and have a few cocktails, and then I mosey on over to be part of the event. So it's a nice evening out, it sure beats being at home. I think it's, for those that are from Hamilton, it's obviously very convenient. And for those who are from the region, we met a lot of people. A lot of people came from out of town because I think they were kind of intrigued with they could bring their kids. It was something that was safe. It was something that was fun. It was something that allowed them to be together. It was family oriented. So I think there's only one way to bring in the new year, and that is be with a lot of people.
Cassie, it's evident that you pour your heart and soul into everything you do for us here in town, and no doubt that this event will be one of those long-standing traditions for generations to come. It wouldn't be the new year without the Town Council reorganization. Earlier this month, I stopped by and caught up with Deputy Mayor Tom Gribben to see what that process is all about.
So at the beginning of every year, we have a reorganization meeting to swear in our newly elected council people and to make our council appointments for the fiscal year for 2023. Unfortunately, our mayor's father passed away, and he asked me as deputy mayor to handle the meeting and take over the agenda in his stead. And I respected the mayor's wishes and that he wanted me to do that, and I was happy to do so. And so it was, it was a nice experience for me to welcome everybody and to, accept all the appointments for this year and to see the new council people sworn in. I was especially nice to see our new police lieutenant and our two new police sergeants sworn in. There's always it's that sense of renewal. It's always that sense of optimism, and that all of council remembers that we were elected to serve all of the residents of Hamilton, not just those that voted for us. That we all remember that we have that obligation and that duty to make the best decisions that we can for all of the town, and that fresh sense and spirit at the beginning of the year, that this is a year that could have endless and optimistic hope, and that we really make some good decisions here that really propel Hamilton into the future. Well, I'm certainly looking forward to completing some of the infrastructure programs and projects that we started in 2022, and I'm also excited to see some additional recreation. You were there for the grand opening of our new park, our new playground, I should say, at Lake Park, and with our newly acquired grant money, we're looking to expand there. So I'm really looking forward to that work, and really just getting to work for the people of Hamilton and making Hamilton the best that it can be.
Thanks, Tom. It's very cool seeing that procedural stuff play out in real time. I found it very interesting. My favorite part of the night was seeing the promotion of some of our police officers into their new roles. Chief Kevin Friel was on hand to give me his input.
Because we have such a high caliber of employees here at the Hamilton Police Department. It makes it very difficult to turn people away from a promotion because we have very few positions that are available in our rank and structure. So tonight I'm going to start off with our first promotion, an individual who started our... Well, this evening we promoted Sean Grasso to the rank of lieutenant, Dave Russell to the rank of sergeant, and Bob Zibikowski to the rank of sergeant as well. We backfilled vacancies that we had. We had a couple of sergeants retire, and we wanted to backfill the positions because, again, having a structured leadership in our department is essential in making things function properly. So we have our rank structure. We have a chief, a captain, we have two lieutenants, and then there are sergeants that are assigned to each of the patrol platoons and one sergeant that is assigned to the detective bureau. Favorite part about promotions is that it's always great to see someone's excitement of the next rung of the ladder. I don't know if everyone aspires to be at the top of the ladder. Not everyone wants to be a chief of police, but I know that people want to advance. One of the things that I wanted to do, my father was in law enforcement, and he was down in Florida, and he retired at the rank of lieutenant, but he was an executive officer for his district, so he was kind of like a chief. So I kind of always wanted to do that. I want to one up, it's always good to have that drive. And just seeing with the promotions, seeing people excel in their profession is something that just really makes you feel good as a leader, and it makes you feel good as an agency, because people excelling at their skill set and their craft makes it a better police agency. I'm looking to hiring more officers and more diversity. We are certainly looking to hire more officers that speak Spanish. I am looking to have more diversity in our agency. I really want our police department to be a representative of our cosmopolitan of Hamilton, our mixture of people and cultures that we have in our community. I think that that's a successful recipe for a police agency, and that's what I'd like to see happen. I know it's not going to happen all in 2023, but I am striving towards that, and hopefully we make leaps and bounds this year.
One of the officers that was promoted at the ceremony was none other than Access Hamilton's own Dave Russell. Dave has worked nearly every aspect of the police department, from walking the beat at the shore to dispatching to in-depth investigative cases as a detective. He is now Sergeant Russell, and we couldn't be more proud of him. In between the fanfare and pictures, I got an opportunity to see what this promotion means to him.
It's heartwarming to know that the town of Hamilton trusts me to be a supervisor and to teach the new officers coming in all the things that I've learned over my career in the Detective Bureau, in Ventnor, in Hamilton. So everyone just giving me the chance and believing in me means more than anyone can ever know. What difference can I make? Well, hopefully my things that I've learned in the Detective Bureau, I can teach, the different investigations that I've done, maybe teach these other guys and ladies that I'm working with how to look at something just a little bit different, maybe, look at from a different angle or look at it, in a different light. So I'm excited to work with the guys that I have on my squad, and just excited for everything. Every day is going to be a new adventure, and that's what's great about police work. It's not the same thing every day. But when you have people come up to you and they'll say things of, I really appreciate what you do, or just in Wawa when they go, thank you, for everything you do, or after you do an interview and the person turns to you and you go, I really appreciate it. I've never felt, able to open up to somebody before. And then they tell you that, that's the most gratifying.
Best of luck, Sergeant, and all the promoted officers. Thank you for what you do to keep our community safe. We're all familiar with the term New Year, New You, right? I mean, most of us make resolutions, but do we really stick with them and follow through? Fitness is extremely important to our health. I thought it would be a good idea to catch up with friend of the show, Chrissy Scola, for some advice from the gym.
New year, new you. Well, most importantly, I want to say that most people, when they turn into the new year and they want to create these New Year's resolutions, that about 80% of them fail by the time we get to February. I would suggest surrounding yourself in an environment that you feel comfortable in. Create a little family. Get some accountability between the members of the group that you're working out with. I know a little goes a long way. We all keep each other accountable here, and sometimes that makes you get up in the morning. Well, walking is great. There's treadmills here, and maybe you come into the gym, or even start walking outside. You get yourself acclimated, moving little by little, because walking is also an exercise. Maybe you come into the gym, get acclimated with walking, get familiar with the machinery, start to familiarize yourself with your surroundings, and then there goes that gym intimidation, right? Where we feel uncomfortable coming into a new environment. We start with walking. I would say if you don't have a friend to come to the gym with, grab a trainer. Grab someone who's already familiar with the environment. So the more you come in with that person, the more familiar you are, the more comfortable you get, and the more likely you will succeed. So for me, I make it a routine. I think it's very important, just like brushing your teeth and making your bed, that you roll the gym or your health or your fitness into your everyday routine. I feel better waking up in the morning, knowing that I get up, I make my bed, I brush my teeth, I get to the gym. It becomes a process for me that is It's a routine process, and I think keeping with that is really important. Well, first, it's never too late. And I also want to stress the importance of it's not only physical, it's mental. So maybe your body physically is in a different spot at 30s, 40s, 50s, but mentally, you're still there, right? So you need to take care of that mental part. I would say that doing that keeps you sharp, it keeps you up to speed, and it's very important, the mental part of it, just as the physical part is. So our classes, we have many trainers here. We most recently just brought Adrenaline Studio into our facility here. Many great trainers came over, one of which actually trained me, so I'm happy to have them here. Now our gym has many different classes to offer. You can get kettlebell in an adrenaline rush, you can get just a lifting class, you can get Pilates, you can get booty, you can get boxing. So you have an area almost that fits everyone. And one of the bigger changes too is since we added more to the schedule, you have more of a day and a night now, right? So if you're not a morning person and you're a night person, we have things on our schedule for you. So for a class like kettlebell, you're going to come in, you are going to be in an environment with a group of people that is there to motivate you. Some of the moves are hard, some of them are not as intense, but you're going to judge what weight you use and what you need, what your body can take. By the time you're done, you just feel good. I mean, that's my class. So to get started, give us a call, stop at the gym. If you want to hit me up on Facebook, and I'll bring you in here and we could just do it together. Just call the front desk and they'll walk you through everything. And, I hope to see everyone here.
Great seeing you, Chrissy. And by the way, we still have that job swap thing we talked about last year. I think that would be a blast. Thanks so much for joining us this month. Please tune in next month to see what's up next on Access Hamilton. We'll see you in February.